Okay, captions. Come on, wake up. It is on. Okay, cool. All right, we have time for more questions. So if anybody wants to ask questions, or you want me to leave this up while you're copying it. Do you remember what this one was? Which problem this was anywhere?
It was problem 22 from, I believe it was 10.5.
Okay. Chapter 10.5, number 22, we think. Okay, so that should help people.
Yes,
Anybody?
10.5, 22.
Okay, cool. We'll take the question mark away. Okay, anybody else? Other questions on anything?
Professor, you did the live captions. I needed the other captions. This is Sandra.
Oh, I'm sorry. I beg your pardon.
It's okay.
Okay, then I'll turn. Wait a minute. Let me turn off live captions. One, disable, and let's go to Sandra and turn on. Are you on?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, gotcha. All right. While you guys are thinking about it, a couple things. That handout I told you guys to download with word problems on it. We're going to go through some more of these tonight. Just walk through these, okay? But I put the answers in my Canvas, chapter 10 in the Canvas. So the answers, I believe, show my steps also. I didn't look at them. I thought they did. I thought I uploaded them, but the answers to this whole worksheet that I had for you guys should be up on Canvas. There's another thing, excuse me, and I just heard it this afternoon, so I didn't have time to email anybody. But I was listening to an LA station, and they're saying that California and California covered, the insurance, the Obamacare insurance for California is getting a huge influx of money from the federal government. And if you have California covered, okay, you may be getting a huge decrease in your premium, what you pay each month, that kind of thing. But the catch was you have to be enrolled, I believe they said by tonight. So if you don't have insurance, okay, you might want to drop out of class and go get insurance, because to take advantage of this supposedly big windfall to help everybody who has it. This is part of Biden's thing that he's been working on for a while. So anyways, I heard that you might want to at least try and research it as fast as you can. But what I heard was, number one, they're going to get a lot of money that's going to be used to take your premium rate down. And number two, you had to be enrolled by midnight tonight. So if you're in that situation, I would, I think, drop out of cut class tonight and go enroll. But that's only if you don't have insurance. If you already have it through California covered, you'll get the break automatically. Different people, because of different income, will get different breaks in the actual premium rate. But everybody should be getting some kind of benefit from that. So hope that helps somebody. All right, while I was babbling, does anybody have any questions on anything in chapter 10? No? Okay. Then I kind of want to work my way through some of the more important problems. And by more important, I mean the ones that you might see on quiz number 2. Okay, quiz number 2 is the one that's due Monday night. Okay, so last night we did number 3. Okay, last night. So I want to go to number 4. Okay. Number 4 says, suppose that an outbreak of herpes initially affected 20 people. So we have 20 people initially. Okay. But after 2 months, okay, we had 50 people infected. Okay. Assuming the rate of growth is continuous. Now, when it says continuous, that, and I told you this up in the directions, this is the formula we're going to use. A of t is like the future value. It's what's it going to be in the future. But you have A of t equals A naught times e to the RT. Okay, that's our formula that we're going to use. And part A is what's the rate of growth? Well, this is exactly the one I just erased. The rate of growth, okay, is what? All right. Now, I don't know if you guys watched the one that was up here that I just erased. Do you guys want to see if you can work through it and then I'll work it out, or do you want me to do it?
Yeah, let's work through it.
You want to work through it? All right. Give you a couple minutes. I'll pause the recording. All right. So let's see. A of t is the amount after some time. So we know that after 2 months, we're going to have 50, but we started with 20, and that would be times e to the r times 2 for 2 months. So that would be my initial formula that I would use for this problem, for this part of the problem. I know that after 2 months, when time is 2, t equals 2, eventually I'll get 50. Okay. Again, I said, I'm sorry, question?
Excuse me, Professor. Your video is a little slow, and your audio is fast.
Wait a minute. I didn't understand. Is there something wrong with my video?
Yes.
Is that, oh,
Lacking again, Larry.
yeah, crap. Time out. Okay, hang on a minute. Let's try it this way. Is it still jumpy?
I think right now is better. Thank you.
Not at all.
Okay.
No, it's
Huh?
good.
It's good. Okay, we'll do it. If it gets funky, I'll go back and just do it off my laptop video like we did the last time. Okay, so again and again and again, I've said for all the problems I've been doing, before you do all that fancy ln junk, you want to isolate this e to the power. Okay, so to do that, we're going to divide both sides by 20. Okay, and that's going to give me 2.5 equals e to the 2r. Okay, ln both sides. That allows me to bring the 2r down. So the ln of 2.5 equals 2r times the ln of e. The ln of e becomes 1, so it essentially drops out. So my answer, I got room here. The ln of 2.5 over 2 equals r. Now I use my calculator.
of 0.4581.
Okay. 0.4581 equals R. But what did I just say? This is R as a decimal, but when you report it back to everybody, you want to report it as a percent. So to be a percent, you move it over two places. 45.81% is equal to R. Because that's how you see it advertised in TV and on signs and stuff like that. So is that okay for part A? What was the rate of growth? Did you guys all get that? Do you understand all my steps?
How does that equate to months then? Just take
It
40
does it doesn't continuous growth doesn't worry about months anymore. It just says in 2 months, okay. What it says is the rate of growth of this infection. Okay, for these 2 months was 45 or 46%. That's all it's saying.
of whatever population we're talking about.
Well, it went from 20 to 50, yeah. And so based upon this formula, for only 2 months, okay, we had a 45% gain in infected people.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Now, things speed up. COVID really speeded up or it slows down. So if we had more months, we'd have maybe more people. If we turn this into 4 months and maybe turn this into 200 people, we'd get a totally different answer. But that answer would be, what was the infection rate for 4 months if this is the data? All right, let's jump to the second part of number 4. It says, when will 200, well, that's it. When will 200 people be affected? So part B, when are 200 infected? So again, we start, but this time, okay, a couple things. We know now that the rate is 0.45. Okay, so we go, sooner or later, we're going to have 200 people infected when we started with 20. But now it's going to be e to the 0.4581 t. Okay, because we figured this out in the previous part of the problem. We figured out the growth rate. Okay, and again, notice, I've been saying this a couple times now, the word when means find time. And if you look at this formula, t is the unknown. So when we solve this formula, we would be solving for t. And that's kind of what the problem says. So when would we have 200 people infected? So I'm going to pause the video and let you guys try and work that one out. Okay, so we want to isolate that. So we're going to divide both sides by 20. That's going to give me 10 equals e to the 0.4581 t. ln both sides. So the ln of 10 equals the ln of e to the 0.4581 t. Okay, that's the ln of 10 equals 0.4581 t times the ln of e, which drops out of the problem. Divide both sides by 0.4581. If I can write it. And what do I have? Clear. ln of 10 divided by 0.81 Okay, 5 point, what do I have? 02 something or other. 5.02 something is approximately t. All right, what does that mean? Okay, wait a minute, let's stop. First question to everybody is, are you okay with my algebra?
Yes.
Any questions in there that you have concerns about? No. Okay. Then we solved for t. Okay. What does that mean? 5.02. So what? What is it?
Is it months?
Months, because initially, and if you guys downloaded that paper, time was in months for this particular formula. So in 5.02 months, okay, the infected population will grow from 20 to 200 according to that rate. That's what that says. Those are months. Please, please don't attempt to change that to 5 months, 2 days, 3 hours, and 4 minutes, whatever. Don't do that. Nobody can do it right, and you'll screw it up. So just leave it as 5.02 months. Okay.
So if we don't get the last portion right, but we have all the work done, how do you feel about that?
Wait a minute. Say that again.
So
If you-
like, because I can see myself getting through all of this and then not being able to, and then forgetting to convert it. So,
What do you mean by
like,
convert it?
how are we going to be deducting a bunch of points if we forget the last step? Because
No.
when you convert it, okay.
No. I mean, I see this as a 4 or 5 point problem. If you make, what do you mean by convert? I'm confused.
It's blurry, so maybe I'm not seeing it right. But you're
Oh,
con-
it is blurry. When I
you're
unplugged
converting.
my camera, yay, I lost everything.
You said it's 5.02. Oh, there.
Yeah, well, the camera now, what I have to do before every class, this is wonderful, okay, is I have to go to my camera. You'll see this. Hang on a minute. Minimize. I don't know what you guys can see or not see, but I have to go to my camera settings, and I have to turn, come on, wake up. Why isn't it doing that? Shit. I mean, darn. I have to turn the focusing off. Ah, there it goes. Because otherwise, because I keep pacing around and the camera keeps trying to focus on me, and it goes in and out of focus and gets all screwed up. So I have to go in, fix that for every class. Let's try it again. Come on, come on. Come on. Oh, God, this is slow. Tell me I didn't screw it up. Oh, I don't want to close and restart. Please, God. The math gods are screwing with me tonight. Maybe they're telling me it's time to quit. Okay, hang on a minute then. New share. I'll get back there. Okay, maybe I'm back. So what I was trying to say is when I unplugged my camera because it was jumpy, I lost all the settings to it. So what I just did is I had to go to the camera and set the focus so it stayed focused on the board and not on me as I wander back and forth. And actually, nobody gives a flying fig about that. So, anybody have any questions about it? My question was, I don't know what you mean by convert.
I thought you took the decimal out, but I got it. I asked in the chat and I got it. It's you left it in there, right? You left the decimal in. I
Yeah.
thought you changed it
Oh.
when you said when you converted it to time for
Like
the months.
here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we're good.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, you're
And
fine.
again, I will always, that's one of the things when you guys are showing me your work on the exam. Okay. When I have you upload your PDF, Haley, PDF, hello. Okay. When I have you uploading your PDF file, okay, let's say this was, let's say a 4-point problem and you made some dumb mistake around here. Well, you might get 3.5 or 3 points out of the 4. Okay, so I always try to give you partial credit if I can, if you haven't made, just a horrible mistake. Okay, so yeah, you will get partial credit. Okay. While I've been talking or while I've been screwing around with the computer, anybody have any just general questions before I do another problem? Okay, I want to jump to number 6 on that handout. Okay, this time, this is a formula. A lot of, okay, like, excuse me, even with COVID, okay, they're collecting all this data and they're trying to find a formula. My camera's doing weird things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fine. Where'd he go? Oh, camera, video. Back. Back. What happened to my?
They're so cute.
That's my grandkids, but that's not what I was trying to show you. That's an old one of them. That's a year and a half old. I mean, a year and a half ago. Why can't I find my screen?
Super cute.
I was just about to say the same thing. They are really cute.
Thank you. I'll tell them that. They
that's-
like it when I tell them. They like it when I tell them, oh, you know what I'm going to do? Screw it. I'm going to go to this one. Ha! Can you guys see a whiteboard on the screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. We'll do that one. Okay. So.
You're so prepared.
No, I'm faking it. It's called fake it till you make it.
I do that at work every day.
It's the story of my life.
I'm an aircraft
Okay.
mechanic.
What? Wait a minute. You're working for the US government and you're telling me you're faking it?
I'm kidding.
Whoa. Okay. We're in trouble. Our military is out there faking it for us. Thank you. Thank you for your service. All right. A lot of times, if we look at number 6, okay, they will absolutely give you a formula. Scientists have gotten around and they give you this, they've come up with, they think is a viable formula. Okay, for whatever they're studying. Now, this is number 6. So if you can't read my writing, I've got a big fat pen and the screen shakes. So somebody came up with this formula for this problem, whatever it is, okay? But it's from 1980. So starting in 1980, because that's, for some reason, that's all the data that the scientists have or something. So this formula is only accurate starting from 1980, at least according to what the problem says. Okay, so the first question is, according to this formula, okay, what was the initial population? Okay, so this formula, by the way, is world population. So part A, they want initial population. How do I do that? What does initial mean?
0.
Who's
Two.
zero?
But it started.
Oh, huh? Yeah, but who is zero? That's the question.
The equal to 0.
Nope, that would be the population. Initial means time equals 0. When you, we want color. When it says initial, that implies time equals 0. Always. The initial height, the initial velocity, the initial population. The word initial implies at the beginning of the problem when time was 0. So what we're finding is that P of 0 equals 4.495 times 1.015 raised to the 0 power. So that works out. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So this is 4.495. And this literally says, okay, that the population when time is 0, that's what P of 0 means at this step right here. P of 0 means the population at the beginning when time is 0 was 4.95. And if you go back and read the problem, it talks about billions of people. Yes or no? Is that okay with everybody? Does that
Yeah,
make
is
sense?
the
Yeah.
1.015 supposed to be the raised power? So it's supposed to be 1.1015 t.
Well, that's the wait, I'm confused. Okay.
I'm just looking at the
Yeah,
formula.
the T was 0. That's how I got that to be 0.
Okay.
And so anything to the 0 power is 1. So that just basically becomes 1, which essentially drops out of the problem.
Yeah, I understood. No, it's okay. Never mind. I just thought with this set that we were utilizing, the 1.015 was supposed to be the power of 4.495.
No, that's not. No.
RT.
Yeah, but do you have the handout? It's clear on the handout. It was 4.495 times this quantity.
I see it now. Sorry.
Okay, no, it's okay. Yeah, what you're saying is you're making fun of my handwriting. Okay, and I would say, do I make fun of you? Well,
Yes.
yeah. So okay, so we're even. All right. Okay. So is my work okay? There was a shortcut to this particular problem, but I wanted to talk about what initial means. And I had enough silence to tell me that you guys weren't quite sure what the word initial implies. All right, moving on to the second one on the same problem. Okay, part B says, when will the population double? Okay, so part B says, when is population double? Okay, so what did it start with? It started with the 4.495 billion. So sooner or later, it's going to be 2 times 4.495 equals 4.495 times 1. Where am I? 015 to the t. So for part B, problem number B, that would be, with that question, when does the population double? Because we all know everybody's out there making babies all the time. So we started with 4.495 billion people. Okay, eventually we're going to have double when. Okay, now, again, I keep coming back to the word when means time. All right, so I'm going to be quiet for a moment, okay, and let you guys work on this.
Professor, do you still have A?
Yeah. So again, you want to isolate that exponential part, 1.015 raised to the t power. And then there might be easier ways. Mitch was asking, but I would simply take the ln of both sides. The ln of 2 equals the ln of 1.015 to the t power. This gives me the ln of 2 equals t times the ln of 1.015. This tells me that the ln of 2 divided by the ln of 1.015 equals t. Now, that's my steps. I will explain it in a minute, but I got to use my calculator to work that one out. Okay, 46.55555. Actually, it's approximately t because I've rounded it somehow. So I got this answer. We're going to have a debate on whether it's the correct answer or not. I don't think I've made any mistakes in my work yet. So does anybody have any questions about my setup, like this problem, this step here that I just put a check on, or any of the other steps that I did? You're going to end up having to do this on some of the mom homework, and definitely on the quiz number 2.
Did you just cancel the 4.495 out?
Well, yeah, what I did, if you multiply this 2 times 4.495, you get 8 point something or other. But then when you divide it by 4.495,
Oh,
again,
yeah.
it just
Yeah.
reduces back to 2.
Makes sense. Gotcha.
Okay. Now, if
So-
you're Mitch, okay, he's just lazy and he just says it's 2 because it says double. Okay. And that's not wrong. I just want to make sure you understand the thinking behind it.
Rude.
Rude. Okay. Okay. Yes, I am. Thank you.
Was turning into a true mathematician, right?
hmm No, a true mathematician gives you the right answer and it's totally useless. That's what a true mathematician does. Here's the right answer. What's it mean? I don't know, but it's the right answer. Okay, so any questions about my work? All right, this represents years because the problem was stated in terms of years. What if the problem has said, now it doesn't say that, so you would get full credit for answering 46.55 years because that's when the population will double. But what if it had said, in what year will the population double? That's a slightly different question. In what year will the population double? How would I do that? How would I answer that? You have all the work, everything's done, okay, to be able to answer that.
47 to 1980.
Yeah, basically, you take 1980 because 1980 was when this formula started, okay, plus the 46.5 or 6 or whatever it was equals, what is that, 2026? So according to this formula, and by the way, it's reasonably accurate. Well, it didn't take into account people dying of COVID, but this is reasonably an accurate formula. Okay, so depending on how the question is worded, if it just said how many years until the population doubles, then your answer could be 46.55 or whatever it is. But if it said in what year, okay, so you take the 1980, which is where this problem started, add the 46 we got to it, and say somewhere in the year 2026, okay, 0.6, whatever, sounds like star date. Anybody ever figured out all those Star Trek star dates? I think they just make those numbers up just for the fun of it, just to screw with us. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Didn't it start with what's Cochrane's first flight?
Is that what it is?
Pretty sure that I'll have to look it up. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
But they seem to be random. I mean, one time it's star date 5.217. Next time it's star date 3.947. You know, they seem to be going forwards, backwards, something. You're probably right, but I don't know. I'm confused, but oh well. Story of my life. That'd be fun to find out. Okay, so are you okay with that problem? Everybody? Let's go to the last one on this particular problem. By the way, do you notice how for one problem, I can squeeze 3 or 4 questions out of it? I can give you one problem, one formula, and then I can ask a whole bunch of different questions from that formula. So kind of be sort of prepared for that a little bit. Let's go to the last one, part C of the same thing. This is 6C. Okay, number 6C. It says, what will be the population in 2010? Okay, now take a second to think about that. The formula was P of T equals 4.495 times 1.015 to the t. That was the formula we're using. So it says, what will be the population in the year 2010? So what's the trick in this one? This is saying, what's the population in 2010? Question mark.
Can we take 2010 and minus it by 1980 and then put it in for t?
Yep, that's exactly what you're going to do. Because 2010, so you go 2010, come on. It's easier to erase my board than it is this. 2010 minus 1980 gives us 30. So it's been 30 years since this. So we'd be finding P of 30, the population in 30 years would be 4.495 times 1.015 to the 30. Let me see. Hey, Google, what's the world population?
According to Wikipedia, in demographics, the world population is the total number of humans currently living and was estimated to have reached 7,800,000,000 people as of March 2020. It took over 2 million years of human prehistory and history for the world's population.
Okay,
to
Google,
reach
shut
1
up.
billion.
Okay. So 7 billion in the year 2020. I'm a little off. What'd you guys get for this one? I got 7.026 billion. Yes or no for everybody or not? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm hoping to have my camera fixed by Tuesday. Does anybody have any questions that they want to ask? I can give the quiz early. I'm done. Okay. Next week, I want to do reviewing of on Tuesday and Wednesday. I want to do as much reviewing as we can, maybe starting chapter 11 a little bit, but a whole lot of review. Okay. So does anybody have any questions before we stop tonight? Anything you want to go over, any type of question, anything we did last night?
I have a quick question about the
Yeah.
test.
Yeah.
What sections of chapter 10 is the first quiz going to be on?
Tonight, 10.1 through 10.3. It'll cover functions like composition f of g of x. It'll cover finding some inverses, some of the basic ones. What else will it cover? I don't know. It says it on the quiz, actually. Let me.
How many questions?
Not too many, I think 15. Let me see. I'm getting into mom on my other calculator. On my other computer, I'm sorry. So here we go. Quiz number 1 will cover function composition, inverse of functions, exponential functions, which we've done, solving exponential equations with the same base. Okay, we've done that a couple times. Compound interest, that was at future value, and that was kind of that question that Jen was asking earlier. Okay. And then just using your calculator to come up with some answers of logs and LNs. That's quiz number 1. Okay. There's a description of it on MOM if you wanted to look at it, but it's basically 10.1 through 10.3.
How much time we have?
It is, oh, the wait a minute. The question was how many questions? 11, 12, 16 questions. Okay. And hang on a minute. The question was, how much time do you have? $80 minutes, 80. 1 hour, 20 minutes. It's timed, but you have to be done by midnight.
Oh, okay.
I don't see it
Okay.
on mom yet. It's under chapter 10, right?
Yeah, do you want me to, but it's not going off until 8 o'clock and we're way early. So
But I
my
don't
question,
even see it there. Or is that why?
it did, I think that's why. It did that to us.
Last time.
Yeah, and I don't know why, because
Got
in
it.
all the other future ones, you could see it. I mean, all the other ones we've done in the past, you could see it and it was there. So I don't know what the hell's happening, but it's there. Do you guys want me to open it and go for it?
Yes.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
I'm good if you guys are.
Okay.
Opening chapter 11 as well while you're at it.
I want to look at my assignments.
Okay.
I'll look at that tonight while you guys are working or tomorrow morning. Okay.
Thank
Okay, hang on, wait a minute.
you. Sorry.